Hawkins here with Chickenhawkfarmstead, and today, this is what we're working with. I tried to use these to load that tractor into my trailer. I didn't know if they would work. I was hoping they would, and then they didn't, as you can see from the critical failure right there in the center. But I've had these for a long time. I really didn't have a use for them anymore unless they worked for that, and they didn't. You can see these cracked right there, these cracked right there. They're not rated to lift what I wanted. So I went and got me some, what are these, 2x8s? And it was a 12-foot 2x8. I think it was like 25 bucks. Cut it in half. And since I already had this, because you can actually buy kits that do something similar to what I'm wanting to do. Since I already had this, my plan is to take those bolts out and use these plates on the end and attach it to those and hopefully see if that works. So we'll find out. The other thing is too, I didn't buy anything except for this project. So the bolts that I'm going to be putting through there to attach it to that are a hodgepodge. Some of them are going to end up being about 1.5 inches, but I think it'll work. You know, I'll just kind of recess them on the bottom side. I'll recess it in some or whatever, and we'll go from there. But you know, of course, if you bought 8 good bolts and washers, I don't think this would be that hard of a project at all. Make it a lot simpler, of course, because you're working with all the same stuff. But like I said, we're going to see if those plates hold up. If they don't, there is a kit that I've seen that basically has that plate, and I think it's like 25 bucks. And so if you got 50 bucks into a set of ramps that are going to be good enough, you know, to load something like that, that thing's can be around 3,000 pounds, depending on what all, you know, if you got to implement on the back and stuff. Yeah. So it's not like it's really that heavy. It's just, you know, more than this thing needs. And once your treated lumber there dries out, they're not that heavy, because that's one of the big advantages of these things. They are pretty lightweight, you know, the sling around or whatever. But like I said, let's get these things undone, get them strapped on there, and then we'll hook the trailer up to the truck, see what happens. Be right back. All right, so here we go. You can see there's some mismatched stuff. Some are longer, some are shorter, so I had to recess some. I ended up using, I was going to use that step bit at first. That really wasn't going to work, because really I needed a flat surface for that washer to set against, so that's why I got out the spade bit. And that seemed to work pretty good. Got everything cranked down. Washers, bolts, some locking nuts, stuff like that. You know, like I said, I hodgepodged this with stuff out that I had around the shop. So I knew I had enough bolts to get this job done. But if you want to make it easy for yourself, buy the wood, buy that, or buy these if you already got something like that, or buy that little kit. I'm gonna link to that kit if I can find a copy on Amazon. Sorry about the bad lighting. If I can get a copy of the kit to like these little pieces on Amazon, where you just use your own board, I'll link to that. Now the one thing that I do want to do, that I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but on here, you know, that's one thing about those other ones, the metal ones, you know, they're all got their little cleats and stuff the whole way down. This is slick, so your tires and stuff are going to spin on this. So to combat that, what I'm thinking is either I might channel grooves across, but by doing that, you know, you do weaken your board even more, or to see if I can find almost like that adhesion tape and then actually nail it on with like a little, you know, 1/2-inch staples or something. Yeah, even 1-inch staples which I can use on something like this. You know, all the way down, just down the center. Or I could do strips across this way. I think just one strip down the center. That stuff's not very expensive either. I'll link to what I'm talking about in the description below too. So, like I said, let's check it out and see if we can get this on the trailer. What are you ducks doing? Huh? What's going on, ducks? Yeah? Thought you came up here to talk. See y'all come up here to laugh at me and run away? Yeah? Alright. See you later. Alright, so we saw pretty epic fell. Didn't work. Next I'm gonna try that kit that I saw where you with them, because the fell point looks like it was probably the metal. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm all jammed up. I'm gonna get my other ramps that I've been using, which are just some car ramps, making it on and off. They can't back off because I think you can see it. The box blade back here is at such an angle that it's smashed into the ground, so I can't come off. I can't go forward, but I should be able to get my other ramps under there in front of the back tires and get on here. Let's see what happens. Well, looks like we did split the board, but this is definitely where it failed. And that probably wasn't after this, I'm assuming. The good thing is her belts both held. Win some, you lose some. This idea doesn't work. You see, this one didn't fail. The wood didn't. But, again, that did. But did we die? No. Alright, I'm going to strap this thing down. Y'all have a good one. Watch my failures. And maybe we'll have a non-failure soon. For now, though, these little car ramps, they're doing the job. I don't love them, but they work.